All right, so before we watch Io Capitano, there's a thing that someone's telling me to look at here, which seems kind of interesting. I have not read this. We are going to see what this is like. Brutally Honest, Oscar ballot #1. Zone of Interest is Best Picture, but Nolan is Best Director. Read the editing and screenplay part. Okay, hold on. By Anonymous as told to Scott Friedberg. What? Whatever. Skimming through this. No movie needs to be 3 hours and 25. I thought Killers of the Flower Moon didn't need to be 3 hours and 25 minutes. I don't agree that no movie needs to be 3 hours. That's an insane thing to say as an Academy voter.
Yeah, it's the rare movie that needs to be that long. But yeah, I would say it's too long.
If you combined Dune Part 1 and 2 into a 3 hour and 25 minute film, I think it would be fine. It would be shorter than
I don't think
parts 1 and 2 are separately.
The Return of the King was too long.
No, not even the extended one. You know?
I'm pretty sure I've seen 3.5 hour movies that are perfectly fine at 3.5 hours.
You've got to cut that. We don't need to see landscape for 2.5 minutes. I don't think most of the movie was landscape, but or even 2.5 minutes. Anyway, I don't think cutting down the landscape would have helped with Killers of the Flower Moon.
I don't think there was tons of filler. I think you would have almost had to cut story if you wanted to get it. It felt like watching 3 or 4 episodes of a miniseries.
Yeah.
It didn't feel empty, it just felt long.
All right. Skimming through this here. I don't know. I wouldn't give Nolan Best Director, but I think he might get it. Still haven't seen Rustin. All right, so I'm going to... The screenplay ones, all right.
He was good. I did see Rustin. I thought he was good.
Best Adapted Screenplay. Oppenheimer was probably the hardest of these to adapt. But because I'm sure Nolan is going to win Best Director and probably Best Picture too, and because I'd like American Fiction to get some recognition, I voted for it here. That's a crazy way. I've always assumed that the Academy votes that way. Like, they think about how other people are voting and who's going to win what, and, like, who... Like, this is a legacy... I like this person, and they haven't won before, or something. Like, I've always felt that they've done that.
You know what happens.
For sure that happens.
There's part of it that you'd like to just
You should vote for the best film.
Yeah.
Or the best... Like, you should be... If you're being asked a question, what was the best adapted screenplay of 2023... Then there's a really simple way to answer that question. You vote for what you think is the best screenplay that was adapted in 2023. Anyway, I think that's so stupid. Was probably, I don't know. Like, but I'm sure he's going to win Best Director. I don't know. Hardest to adapt doesn't necessarily mean they thought it was the best, I guess. But anyway, in the wrong hands, American Fiction could have easily been fumbled. It's been special to see how it is connected with so many people of different backgrounds. American Fiction was fucking boring as fuck. It was not a great screenplay. Best Original Screenplay. I would have swapped out Maestro or May December for Saltburn. Haven't seen it yet, but I've heard not great things about it. Which was so fun, weird, and unique. A big swing film. Holdovers was solid. But for me, this was between Past Lives and Anatomy of a Fall, and it was very close. With Anatomy, I love the structure and teasing out of things. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Anatomy. I think Anatomy's getting it.
I'd like to see
what was the other category I was supposed to... Oh, yeah. Editing? International, we know what's winning because one is nominated for Best Picture. Best Film Editing. Most Academy members don't know how to judge film editing, so they reward the most obvious film editing. This is true. Even though the best editing is often seamless. I think every one of these nominees is worthy, even Killers of the Flower Moon. Thelma Schoonmaker probably kept it from being 4 hours. Laughs. But I went with Oppenheimer because of how well it integrated a bunch of different elements, like literal atomic spirals that are in camera. Nolan didn't make it easy. Okay, I thought this was going to be crazier the way you linked it to me in chat.
The title of the thing makes it seem like it's going to be brutally honest, and it just seems like a normal review of things. They don't seem to be a huge fan of Maestro, but they are not even being that hard on Maestro.
All right.
Do you think Godzilla -1 is gonna win?
Visual?
Best
Yeah,
visual
I
effects?
do. That's my luck. What else would they give it to? The Creator?
Yeah, maybe.
Nobody likes The Creator. Nobody likes it. All right. You hope Zone of Interest wins. What, Best Picture? It's not impossible, I guess, but
It's what I would have win Best Picture. It's what I'd vote for.
you haven't seen Poor Things yet.
But I haven't seen Poor Things yet. Yeah.
All right, so we just got finished watching Io Capitano by Matteo Garrone, if I pronounced his name correctly, which I probably didn't. It was great, but it got me to thinking about the submissions for international feature, which is a fun thing to think about, because the Academy does not recognize a film for the international feature category unless it is submitted by the government of that country. And they can only submit one, which is also very funny. So if there's like 2 really great movies from France in a year, they can only submit one. So I figure we should see what the hell.
See if any governments got it wrong.
Yeah.
Screwed one of their movies.
Every country gets to submit one, and I'm pretty confident because I realized earlier, Nuri Bilge Ceylan from Turkey, one of the best directors ever. Like, he's fucking incredible. And About Dry Grasses didn't get nominated this year, and so I looked up his filmography. It doesn't seem like he's been nominated for international feature once. And I'm convinced at this point that probably the Academy, given the fact that, like, you know, all of these articles and interviews of Academy voters, they're like, I don't even watch the movies. I just get my maid to watch them and just shit like that. Leads me to believe that they just look at the country that it's from, and if it's not like, you know, North American or European, they probably just ignore it. For the most part, there's been exceptions to that for sure. The Settlers was meh. I haven't heard of most of these. The Promised Land, I think, was the Vinterberg film. Made the short list.
It's this guy.
Who's
I
that?
don't think
Oh,
it's
maybe
Vinterberg.
not
It's
Vinterberg,
still
but maybe
Mads
Mads was
Mikkelsen.
in it. Was Vinterberg involved at all? Maybe not. Mads was in it. I think Vinterberg made a film. Did he? I don't remember. The Egypt submission does not even have a Wikipedia page. That's fun. Same with Cuba. So some of these are like really fucking not not popular. I heard of Smokes on a Sisterhood for some reason. Was this a documentary? Because, yeah, documentaries have been submitted for... yeah, it is a documentary. Documentaries have been submitted for international feature, and either last year or the year before, one was nominated for both. And it was really good. And I forget the title of it. Fallen Leaves was fucking awesome, and I wish that this actually got nominated. So, yeah, Finland... And France decided not to submit Anatomy of a Fall. They decided to submit The Taste of Things, which is why Anatomy of a Fall is nominated for a bunch of Oscars, but not international feature. It's nominated for Best Picture, but not international feature. And this sucks because this would have been the one fucking year, maybe ever, where... you might not be able to tell which film would win international feature where there's one that's nominated for Best Picture, because there would be 2 international features nominated for Best Picture. And so there would be we wouldn't know which one would win. So now it's obvious because there's only one international film nominated for Best Picture, but So I actually want to fact check what I overheard about because I heard that somebody from the production was critical of the French government, and that this isn't the first time that France has done this. So I'm going to see if I can find something that supports this at all, or if I'm just repeating misinformation. Oh yeah, did that happen with what was that movie called? Portrait of a Lady on Fire, or was that something else that somebody was talking?
What about Portrait of a Lady
Did
on
that
Fire?
get nominated for international, or was that she was mad at the French government and they decided not to? I know she walked out at the Caesar Awards when Polanski won director. Yeah, they submitted Les Mis that year. I wonder if that was one. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, so we have an article from Variety that is alluding to what I overheard. Her politically charged speech at Cannes when she received the Palme d'Or ruffled feathers in high places and was seen as the epitome of rudeness. Shouldn't a female director who wins the Palme d'Or, only the third in the 76-year history of the festival, act grateful, some people asked. Instead, she lashed out at the neoliberal government and said it was breaking down the French model cultural exception. She soon found herself in the middle of a backlash that went on for weeks, dominating the media. Although the film was ultimately a success at the box office, Trier made enemies inside and out of the film world and was criticized for having partly financed Anatomy of a Fall with subsidy money from the same government that she criticized on Cannes' stage. She later said she had not realized the impact her speech would have. Yeah. So, oh yeah, there's no way the fucking France was gonna pick Titane. There's no way that Titane was too cool for the Oscars anyway. But yeah, I guess it was the French government's fault on that one. Yeah, it seems like France has made a bad decision.
They're bad at movies.
A few times. But I mean, that's kind of unsurprising because
it's France.
It's France.
They don't care. It's
they don't
the
care.
Oscars. It doesn't mean anything to them.
Exactly.
It really doesn't.
It's a very
Oscar just doesn't matter to France. It doesn't.
French people care about French people.
Anatomy of a Fall could win. They wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, Teacher's Lounge. Watched that today. It was great. Disqualified. I want to read about this. This is interesting. A Hong Kong film. Hong Kong is its own submission. Is Hong Kong a separate country than China for the Oscars?
I'm pretty sure it's a separate country.
Is it? I didn't know. China sure doesn't act like it. I know Taiwan is. I guess that makes sense. Because otherwise, why would there be a conflict? All right, let's see.
But was later for
currently what? Okay, yeah. So the Wikipedia is saying this Hong Kong film, A Light Never Goes Out. It was also selected to represent Hong Kong in the Best International Feature Film category at the 96 Academy Awards, but was later revealed to have been disqualified for currently undisclosed reasons. What? So I want to look this up. And does it not?
I think if it disclosed the reasons, then the Wikipedia article would have not said.
No, I'm just but I just. Okay, here we go.
Due to conflict
here we go.
Interest.
Deadline: Hong Kong's A Light Never Goes Out disqualified from Oscars race. Film Association chair says due to conflict of interest. Chairman of Federation of Motion Pictures Film Producers. Chairman of the Federation of Motion Film Producers of Hong Kong has told local press that Hong Kong's Oscars submission, A Light Never Goes Out, was disqualified due to conflict of interest. Hung said he had changed the 13 members of the selection committee earlier this year after receiving notice from AMPAs that members couldn't vote if they'd been on the Federation's board for more than 6 years. However, one of the new committee members is also an actor in the selected film, detecting a conflict of interest. So that's not an disclosed reason, I guess.
No.
AMPAs asked Hong Kong to submit another film, but the invitation was declined. Okay. I was about to go full conspiracy brained, but that's why we look into things and not just jump to conclusions without looking into things.
They really full committed to that movie. They were like, we're putting an actor from that movie on the board, and then when you tell us you can't do that,
they say no.
Just like, no. Like, we are confirming that we are going to voluntarily not submit a movie, or we're going to voluntarily submit a movie that we know is going to be disqualified.
So Godland was in my 2022 because I saw it at TIFF, but I guess it didn't get like a US release until 2023 because it apparently made the shortlist for the 2024 Oscars. It's better than most of the, like, what are the nominees? It's better than feature? It's better than this. It's better than this. It's better than this. And it's better than this, but it's not better than this. So, Godland's fucking awesome. Academy, you made the wrong choice, but it was submitted and it made the short list. Thank you, Hjulner Palmason. I bought the Criterion on the sale. And fuck you, Criterion, for not making it a 4K. It's a new film. Every new film should be 4K. What are you doing? You're a media company. You're a physical media company. Come on. Here we go. Nominated. Ooh, another disqualified. Let's see what... But it doesn't even have a wiki page, so how am I even going to find out why it was disqualified? This is what I remember. I don't know if... It's probably for a similar reason, I guess. Inshallah, a Boy, I almost saw at TIFF, but I ran out of time, and I couldn't make time for it. Tiger Stripes, is that something I... Oh, yeah, I almost saw this at Fantasia? I don't remember. Malaysia, interesting. The Mother of All Lies, I almost saw this at Sundance, but I didn't. Or did I? No, I didn't. No, I remember. I ran out of time and I was doing Sundance virtually, and I liked what I saw and I decided to save it for later. I did like what I saw of The Mother of All Lies. I watched like the first half of this and I was like, okay, well, I'm out of time and it doesn't seem like something that I'm going to go ape shit over. So, but I did like what I saw. The Erection of Toribio Bardelli. The heck is this, Peru? Oh, it is. It's literally about an erection. It's an older man who, together with his 4 children, now adults, form a dysfunctional and failed family about to turn 70. He'll pursue his only goal in life to have an erection again. Okay, I'm watching this, watch listing this for the title. The title is so compelling, and the description, I thought it was going to be like a weird mistranslation. But I got to watch it.
Yeah, I was
6.9 out of 10. I don't care.
It's going to be like erecting a tower or something.
Yeah.
No.
Could be bad. Got to watch it for that title. Philippines, The Missing. There's been like a billion movies called The Missing. I'm kind of pissed that people keep making this title.
Because people want to make movies about people going missing.
There's 10 of those like a year. I didn't watch this, but I knew about it. Do not expect too much from the end of the world. Yeah, I was not. That was not a priority for me. Also, I think it was like 3 hours or some shit. Yeah, that's why. I didn't make time for it. because I ran out of time and it was fucking 3 hours. Concrete Utopia, that seemed... South Korea has interesting submissions because there's a lot of really great South Korean films, but there's some years where there's only just like the slop that you'd find in like an American movie, but it's Korean. And sometimes that's their submission, is just like that's what I gather from what this film looks like, but who knows? I could be wowed. If South Korea makes a really good movie, it's probably going to get recognized in more of a way. Because South Korea is definitely on the radar. Where's North Korea? Is there a submission? That would be great. No. Society of the Snow is really good. Four Daughters was awesome.
About Dry Grasses, submitted.
Wow, they submitted it. Not even made the short list. They don't watch
the
it.
list.
They don't watch it because they see
it was
Turkey.
Like 3 hours long.
They see this flag and they're like, "This is the communist flag," and they just don't even watch it. And it is 3 hours long, but it's fucking awesome. It's way more digestible than fucking the new Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon. Shortlist, but I mean, it's nominated for documentary, so Zone of Interest.
I love that the UK is crushing it and they're gonna win.
The UK, it's funny that it doesn't feel like a UK movie in the same way that Io Capitano does not feel like an Italian movie. There's two words of Italian said at the end of the movie. Okay. Interesting. Notes. Cuba's submission was reported in October. Film reportedly found out to be ineligible, and the film did not appear in the Academy's final official list. Hong Kong. Okay, so this explains it here too. I didn't have to find an article. Iran's government-controlled Farabi Cinema Foundation submitted The Night Guardian. The selection was criticized by the dissident Iranian Independent Filmmaker Association, who asked the Academy to consider an alternative film. They released a press statement saying, over the past year, Iranian filmmakers have been imprisoned, interrogated, and intimidated with Farabi being a key player in implementing this severe repression. IIFMA contended that The Night Guardian was not reflective of the year's work by Iranian filmmakers who were largely working independently of the Iranian government or in exile. Yeah, if I were an Iranian filmmaker, I would move.
Just get submitted by the UK or Italy next year.
Mm-hmm. Did a Kosovo film get nominated once, or was that a year where I thought that it should have? There was a film from Kosovo that I really liked, and either it got nominated and didn't win, or I thought it should have gotten nominated and didn't. Russia's state media reported that the National Oscar Selection Committee had suspended its operations and would not submit a film. I mean, after every documentary in the past 5 years being like, Russia is bad is the winner, the Oscars have pretty much taken a very bold anti-Russia stance, so. A former committee member said that submitting a film would look extremely inappropriate in light of Western sanctions on Russia due to the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Russia cited similar reasons for not submitting a film in 2022. Yeah. Was it Hive? Yeah, Hive was great. Did it get nominated? The Oscar selection committees for Cambodia, Malawi, Malta, Uganda, and Zambia invited filmmakers to make submissions, but did not end up sending films. So, Hollywood, get on it. You gotta talk to your government. Hollywood, Who Killed Captain Alex? Bad Black. Ooh, you're right. Yevgensev will never get nominated again. Also, is he done being sick? Is he alive?
I think he is. I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, let's see what he's up to because I miss him. How do I
It's
spell
Zed
Zed? Oh,
There, you got
the
it.
autofill. Let's see if the wiki has anything.
How is it pronounced? Zvagintsev?
I don't fucking know. Oh, so he's working on another project in 2023. It's announced he's working on his next project titled Jupiter. Shooting in spring 2024 in Europe. All right. Illness. On June 2021st, this is like one of my favorite directors, by the way, so this is actually awful. I was really sad to hear about this. Zvagintsev received the Sputnik 5 COVID-19 vaccine. On the third day after vaccination, he had a fever of 38, 39. I don't know if, will I have to censor this on YouTube? If I'm talking about the Russian vaccine making someone sick. Anyway, and was taken to hospital. On 8th July, he was admitted to intensive care during his treatment in the hospital. He contracted sepsis as a result of contracting an nosocomial infection resistant to antibiotics. He subsequently developed polyneuropathy after he was put into an artificial coma in Germany, the result of which causing him to lose the ability to walk. For a long time, he could neither sit nor speak. And there were problems with the movement of his hands. In the hospital, his throat ligaments were injured. As late as May 2022, he was still undergoing treatment in hospital in Germany. Isn't that fucking crazy? And he's got a project now. So I'm just happy that he's like alive honestly.
Better, yeah.
Like that was scary.
Mm-hmm.
Just like fuck. Took the Russian vax and got a like who knows what the hell happened with that. Because there's a certain percentage of the population that has adverse reactions to like any vaccine too. But who knows what the fuck is going on in Russia. Sufjan can't walk right now? What the fuck happened to Sufjan? Are you serious? Are you talking about Sufjan Stevens? He said he had Guillain-Barré syndrome. I don't know what that is. Oh, here we go. September 2023, Stevens revealed in a post on Instagram that he'd been hospitalized in the previous month and diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome. He wrote that he was undergoing physical rehabilitation to relearn how to walk after the illness. What the fuck? I didn't even know about that. Did you know about that?
No, I didn't know about that.
Jesus. That was before his new album was released. That's crazy. Yeah, what the fuck? Damn. Well, I hope that my favorite artists are gonna get better. But yeah, that was a little peek into the Academy Awards International Features submission. And I guess every year, I'm kind of curious about this. Canada International Feature Submissions. List of Canadian submissions for the Academy Award for Best International Feature Film. So, like, in order to even be eligible, they all have to be French films, right? Unless
it could be different. It doesn't
a Canadian
have to be French.
could make Io Capitano.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be French.
But it seems like all these are definitely
there you
French.
go. Like, there's one that's
Hindi. Oh, and also Inuktitut.
Yeah.
Inuktitut. Which is like Inuit, if anybody doesn't know what that is. I think that has to be. Okay. They submitted a Dolan. Oh, well, they didn't nominate Mommy.
And then there's been some good ones. Incendies, Monsieur Lazare, Mommy.
Yeah. 3 noms in a
From the End of
row.
the World.
Wow.
Yeah, Dolan definitely is crushing it for. He's just getting all the Canadian noms.
But now he doesn't want to make movies anymore.
2 Sophies with SD initials.
Sorry?
Back to back. Different ones, though.
Oh. Sophie D.
Sophie D
2018,
again.
2019, Sophie D's. And then, yeah, I don't even, like, Canada's got such a small population, like, I don't know how we can...
It's not that small. We're like 35 million people. We're the same size as, like, some European countries.
Did you say 35? Oh, yeah. 35.
I mean, I'm guessing. I don't actually know.
I think it's 40 now.
We might be at 40.
I think it's 40 million.
We're probably
but if we're only submitting from one province pretty much every time, I mean,
most of our
artistic community is
most
not,
of our movies are English,
and most of our movies are bad.
Yeah, to be fair, it's not. I think we bleed most of our talent into the United States.
Oh yeah,
like
any talented Canadian goes to the States to make better things that they couldn't have made here,
or like even goes to the United States and then comes back to Canada to make movies that are still really American movies, right? Like Vancouver, we make tons of movies in Vancouver, but they're American movies.
Yeah, they make an American production that's filmed in Canada for tax benefits, but not eligible to be submitted for the Canadian international feature.
Yeah, Quebec and BC are getting thanked in the credits a lot.
Yeah.
But not really given credit.
No.
Hey everybody, Olivia here. It's March 2024, so let's speed run this fucking Patreon list. Michael Bradley, Sam3824, Brock H, Clarice Carlson, Nico Fuentes, Joel999, Wrigglemoss, Speak of the Joker, Silverwind, Toby White, Jonah Fart, Skanat On, Happy the Knife, Coolest Shirt, www.openclassactions.com, Emil, Blank, Judum the Kinslayer, T-King, Sliv88, Electrica is an Ordinary Bad Gamer, Yup, the Super One Player, Zachary Kane, Gabriel Herrera, Lemonade Warriors participating in the hit game Among Us, it's considered the encroacher. Alright. Thank you for the support. You guys rock. Thank you.